So Kingdom Hearts looking like Kingdom Hearts 15, y'all. Like that.
Don't say that, bro. I'm
bro,
scared.
What you talking about?
At least we got Final Fantasy 15. At least we knew it came out.
That shit was unfucking finished.
But at least we know it's gonna. At least we knew it was gonna come out. Kingdom Hearts 3 not coming out. We already know this is not.
Bro. Let me explain something, right? We don't need another game that we have to pour the milk in first before the cereal.
Bro, what you mean?
All
Kingdom
right.
Hearts is known for milky shit.
Oh my God, we know this, but we just need this to happen. All right, so
all I want is Kingdom Hearts 3. That's it, man. We had fucking look, man. It started from this. It started from 2. Niggas been waiting for 3. Oh, what's up, y'all? Y'all want some more stuff? Okay, recoded. Okay, bet. Hey, recoded wasn't enough. Bet we give y'all the past of Roxas.
yeah.
Bruh, like it was bad enough that we had Chain of Memories, and then we see all these organization people. Man. Like, I'm not complaining. I love the story, but it's like, yo, if we are getting some cut out content from Kingdom Hearts 3, it's gonna look like 15 all over again.
Exactly. So let me explain what's going on right now. The Kingdom Hearts community is like that one episode when SpongeBob had to delete all his memories, bruh. All right. So right now, this leaker, Jose Strife, he's been really credible. Yeah. As in the past 2 to 3 years, he's revealed 2 months before Final Fantasy VII Remake, the trailer dropping at PSX. He's also leaked Pokemon Sun and Moon. Did he also leak
15's release date?
Yes, he did. He also leaked 15's release date as well.
So we can't sleep on this.
Right, so we can't really sleep on them. But as of right now, what he is saying is if everything follows the plan, there will be Kingdom Hearts 3 at E3 2017. We will get a new trailer, which it makes sense, bruh, because they still ain't gave us the stuff we were supposed to see last December. Yeah. And then they got delayed. I guess it's because Square Enix or Disney want to hold it off for a big event or something like that.
And they ain't got shit to show either. I mean, what they got? Just the 7 remake? Okay.
Right.
Well, so remastered trailers, freaking 12, was it?
Yeah. That. Yeah. So
well, the 12 remaster, from what I've seen is looking good, But I think just as what is it, this Jose guy, he's saying a lot here. They're like, beforehand it was gonna come out at the end of last year. Yeah. Which would have been unacceptable. I don't want Squidward face Terra in my game. Sorry, not sorry. But like I can understand, there being cuts in a game to get it out faster. This isn't the first time we would have seen it with Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep had the same thing. They cut out Jungle Book and Another World, I think, from the game. But I don't think the cuts will be as massive as, say, for instance, 15, because as y'all know, Osaka team was originally working on 15. Yeah. They've been moved back over to they've been moved back over to the Kingdom Hearts games. And
they've been moved back, honestly.
Yeah, and I think the cuts are, being, as Jose is saying, it's a result of the development hell of Final Fantasy versus 13 or now 15, because I feel like 15 they cut out a lot of content last minute, whereas Kingdom Hearts we at least have a full year.
Boy, they did cut a lot.
Huh? No, I'm saying I'm saying I think they cut later in the process. Yeah. Not earlier. This will be earlier in the process. So I feel like if you cut out things at the beginning, it won't be as bad, if you cut out stuff near the end. Like Final Fantasy, 15 has a bunch of cutscenes just missing from the game and a bunch of missing story elements because they cut a bunch out of the game before its launch, whereas I feel like they're just merely cutting out ideas for worlds and stuff at this point, because even though we know the game is being worked on heavily and stuff like that, I doubt they've gotten every single world done in the game. Right. I doubt that's happened. So I feel like it's more of them possibly cutting out ideas for the meantime, possibly reintroducing it as DLC. Yeah. We don't know yet. I don't like the idea of them doing it. But, if they're doing it earlier, I can understand them cutting out some of the content because they have to for the time constraints, because I feel like they don't want the same situation which happened with 15. Had 15 been announced, say, for instance, in 2013 as opposed to 2000s. as opposed, yeah, to 20, as to opposed to back in 2006 when it was announced as versus 13. The hype over 10 years wouldn't have been built, and the impact for people and the high expectations wouldn't have, you know, caused such backlash. And while I personally think Final Fantasy 15, you know, is a good game, it's not as good as it could have been, or as good as it should have been.
I get you.
Let me talk right now. Like, the thing is, I'm not mad at 15. Boy, look, I love 15 with a passion, but the only thing that I'm mad is the fact that how the story was. The gameplay is fucking beautiful. It's what I expected.
It's like it's the world in the story that's missing everything.
Yeah,
and it's because they cut so much stuff late and changed everything so late.
Now they're trying to add stuff for DLC.
You know, I don't have a problem with the way they're doing it for 15 though, because 15 they're offering, you know, people free DLC on top of the paid DLC, which they have to release paid DLC because they have to make the money back. They didn't reach the $10 million goal, which you know, that in order to not 10 million, but 10 million sell goal. The game has a budget way above that, but in order to, you know, actually profit, the game had to hit 10 million sales. I think it's, what is it, hit 8 million?
8 million?
So financials, somewhere around there, it says 6 to 8 million, something, I don't know. But financially, that means the game was bad. Financially, it didn't do good because they didn't profit from it. Yeah. So I feel like they're doing this. They're cutting out the stuff early in Kingdom Hearts to prevent another 15.
Well, let me say this. So based on this Jose guy, he says he seems to work on Kingdom Hearts for the, you know, Osaka team, and they was like, hey, bruh, they tired. Like, they tired of doing this. And then he also
they're tired of holding the
right. And then there's like, and then he was talking about how like the KH3 development team was like, you know, how we didn't get the stuff in December, and we still barely got anything. And then he also brings up the fact that the more, even in the interviews, he still seems more interested in what will happen after Kingdom Hearts 3 before actually getting our own KH3. So like, I don't really know what's going on. What I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to do, I don't think it's going to really be removed content. I'm thinking what I said before we started recording was that it most likely be a Kingdom Hearts 3 Part 1 and a Kingdom Hearts 3 Part 2, or the game going to be short as fuck. I'm going to just straight up say that.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be a Birth by Sleep. I don't think the game will be like that, because Birth by Sleep, you know, is short. That game, no matter how you like cut it, like in terms of gameplay hours, you may put a lot of gameplay hours into it, but each character's story is super short. All the worlds are super short, so you wind up feeling like you beat the game relatively quickly. You know, no matter how you cut it. You know what I'm saying? And I love Birth by Sleep. That's probably one. That's probably it's up there in terms of.
Sleep got some great.
I just don't. I just don't like the story of the characters, except for Xander.
I love the replay value of every Kingdom Hearts.
But there's replay. There's definitely replay value in every Kingdom Hearts game. But like you said, like you just brought up the thing with Nomura saying, "Oh, where he's thinking about the future and Osaka team is tired." I think what is gonna happen is a final mix.
Yeah, because the thing is, the more right now he's not focused.
But before we go on, I think the final mix would be DLC.
Most likely.
I think it'll be a DLC instead of. Because we're in 2017. We're almost at 2020 now, so I believe it'll be final mix.
Wait, but then again,
DLC.
Then again, I know this is unrelated, but that's what we thought about the whole Boruto shit. We thought that shit was gonna be DLC. Then those niggas made a fucking disc version. So what if they just make a fucking definitive version of Kingdom Hearts 3?
But I think they'll also at the same time make a disc version, because the thing with the Boruto thing was it's also released as DLC. You have it as you have two options, so you know I'll probably wind up picking it on disc because I'll be like, oh, Square Enix wants my money, let me just throw it at them like the idiot I am. And because you know Kingdom Hearts fans will eat it up, they buy anything.
Of course,
they bought 2.5, so you know anything is possible.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I ain't gonna lie, I bought it. I was like, he right, because I bought 1.5, 2.5, and I'm just like, I just wanted it because it's the best of the quality.
Like 2.5. I'm talking about specifically like 1.5 when it came out. It was, you know, it was a decent remaster. 2.5. 2.5, boy. Like Eternal says, boy, I ran.
But I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna put the clip in my reaction to the drive forms and 2.5 PS4, just to let y'all know how happy I was. So I'm gonna straight up say that, like, back to the whole Kingdom Hearts 3 being incomplete thing. It depends. It really depends on how things are working, cause like they revealed it in 2013, bro. Like I'm not understanding how could they just like, they at least need to get through the story. I don't like, it's probably gonna be missing some cutscenes and everybody gonna be like, what the fuck, like the Kingdom Hearts story has always been.
We're not even getting story trailers, bro. We're just getting fluffed ass gameplay trailers, bro.
What I think is what's happening, like I said before, they're doing early cuts. They're doing early cuts, so I think they're like probably revising things in the story. But the first trailers we got dealt with story, so at the same time, I don't know, I can't complain. It's just that we haven't gotten anything recent. On top of that, we got 0.2, which, you know, the end of the game, you know, in terms of, you know, how they told the story, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, they have this big flashback moment or whatever, and it's like, oh, you're playing as Aqua because it's a flashback to while Kingdom Hearts, everything in Kingdom Hearts 1 was happening, Aqua was doing this. And then it goes back to, you know, the modern day or whatever in their storytelling, but it goes straight into the, you know, that goes straight into the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3. That was originally the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3. So I feel like you know, like this, he's saying they're exhausted. They've had to make a demo because we can't hold our pants. It's been 4 years. It's not like FF15 where it's doggone 10 years.
Yeah. But let me say this, just to bring up when you said the whole cut thing, he also talked about how the KH3 development team was obsessed with removing the trailer last April and launched at the end of the year with cuts. And that's pretty much what the trailer was. Like just cuts of random stuff. And I feel like E3, they're probably gonna have like one cutscene. I feel like there's gonna be 1 or 2 cutscenes, and then probably more gameplay. Probably the boss battle screenshots that we got earlier this year. Yeah. And like, it's weird because like, all right, if they show us, this is how we gonna know if it's really gonna be like incomplete or not. So if there is an E3 trailer, which I'm speculating, I even speculated on my video, like that I made recently, that there will be a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. It just has to be, because there's just been too many reports from too many different sources, and even IGN as well, and Gamatsu Japanese page, that we might get something of Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake 2018-2019. Yeah. Now, my issue with this is, if they give us the trailer at E3, that means each month we gotta get more screenshots and more news about the game. Because if they ain't showing us nothing after, prior, or post E3, that means we most likely gonna get delayed content or stuff cut out. They might just sell us extra.
E3 is basically where it's at.
Right. So at this point, I'm feeling like they either gonna have to show us a lot in this trailer. This trailer gotta be like 5 minutes long, or it's either gonna be one of those things where they show us like screenshots here and there, and then towards release, they sell us all the little missing bits of the game as DLC, just like they did with Final Fantasy 15, which I don't want them to, but at the same time, I hate DLC sometimes, but at the same time, I'm like, at least we still getting it, you know, being a fan of it. So that's just my whole gist on it.
I mean, I feel the same way. Yeah, like I feel the same way. Like, I don't like that they're resorting to DLC, like say for instance with 15, but I'd rather them release it, period, than not release it at all, because you might have not known what have never been, you know. Especially like Prompto was my favorite character out of the group or whatever, and I really want to see his trailer.
Well, start.
No, I'm just saying, we're not about to have this argument here. So, but you know, I'm just saying that was my favorite character. You know, I want to see what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We get these trailers and stuff for these DLC, and now I'm just super curious.
Right.
All I'm saying is this: I honestly, it's not that my expectations is high for Kingdom Hearts 3. I know at the end of the day, I'm a cop it. There gonna be some things I won't like in it if there is some content cut through. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna enjoy the game, even if there's some bullshit. Like I still fucking enjoy 15. Yo, I am one of the most people that did start talking about 15 until this game got fucking released. Dead ass.
I know.
I'm not saying. Oh, like yo, this nigga Eternal been doing 15. Just No, they teach trade, so these niggas can know that we are tired of waiting. We want this shit to come out, and that's what these Kingdom Hearts YouTubers be doing. They keep constantly giving out content, because I know Square Enix and all of them, they be looking through social media.
Well, the thing is, I feel like it's impatience too, because you also have to realize, like, they're not obligated to give you anything.
It's not that we're rushing them. It's not that we're rushing them. It's the fact that I'm not thinking it in that way. The only reason why I'm saying, like, we talking about it because they, like, it's more of an encouragement thing. Think of it as that way. Like, they're getting encouraged even more to make sure that this game is what they're going to deliver to their consumers.
But at the same time, you're building up hyper, and expectations, saying, "Oh, it's going to be this, this, and this." That's why I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I get that, but like, let me jump in for you.
It's a double-edged sword. I understand how you feel.
But like, I understand. Like, I don't mind waiting. You get what I'm saying? But like, they gotta realize they got one of those franchises that like on some Justin Bieber stuff. Like, if he take his shirt off, everybody going like, "Oh my god!" That's the same reaction. I'm just saying, like, as an example, I'm saying, like, if they just showed us more Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff, we wouldn't be mad waiting so long. Cause they showed us 2013 was lit. Don't even lie. And like, personally, back to the thing,
I actually cried.
Remember we was watching that E3, we was all yelling. So I'm gonna say this.
I don't want to talk about that. I pee my clothes.
But like, personally, certain things, like, based on the demo rate, as unfortunate, I don't want to say this, it's gonna be based off the 0.2 demo. And like, personally, I have a lot of gripes with it, like with the demo and the way they did some of it. That's just me.
Well, I gotta say this before we go on. They did update and patch, the 0.2, fragmentary patch, because I remember when we all got the game, at launch. All right, say for instance, the game, when you played it on critical mode, was broken. The game was actually like
that shit was hella broken. I remember seeing that screen, nigga.
Bro, like, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, all right. So when you're on critical mode, the damage output from the enemies was insanely high. You get O code. Almost no matter how high your health was, you would get no code. On top of that, you did very little damage to the enemies. Not until I haven't touched it really after the patch, but even then, like, they patched the game, so I feel like they are working. They are listening. I just feel like I said before, we gotta be patient, because getting mad at them isn't gonna help. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we say, like they're not obligated to give us anything. They can announce the game and not give us anything and just be like, "Oh, here's a trailer." Boom, comes out end of 2017, for example. Even though we know it's never coming this year, and we all be insanely hyped. Because if they do a bunch of trailers like 15, say for instance. While this was very good PR and marketing and stuff like that, when the game came out, you had a lot of people who were, everybody loved the game, but after, the hype down of initially getting the game and people started looking at it critically, they were like, "Oh, this isn't what I was expecting, this was less than what I was expecting." So I think they're taking an opposite route of 15, because like that dude said, they were burnt out from verses 13 and 15. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're approaching it from a different route. That's my stance on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, to shut up and, there's some legitimate complaints here, but like,
I get you.
Some like people keep expecting more and more after we've gotten, I feel like, a decent amount of stuff. On top of that, E3 is around the corner. People haven't thought about that. If you have a game like 2.8 drop at the beginning of the year, then in March have 1.5 plus 2.5.
Boy,
that should be able to hold you over to E3. That's what I feel like. People are just being impatient at this point. You've gotten a ton of stuff. You just being impatient at this point.
Shit, man. That's like me when I was with 15. Dead ass. Y'all would talk so much shit. Like, yo, Eternal, you the only nigga fucking episode Juice King demo, nigga. I'm like, you right. Like, yo, I made a series called Yo Road to that. I was 15. Like, I was going in. That's the same way I feel about Kingdom Hearts. That's why I freaking got the 1.5, 2.5 collectors for the PS4. It's like, yo, I got Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep 0.2, fucking.
You got the whole spectrum,
yeah, basically. Like,
but let me say this. Like, everybody had different opinions on 15. Like, after critically playing it, what I don't want to happen. Please, if y'all find this video, just like let the light come through. Do not sacrifice what is Kingdom Hearts to innovate something new, because that's what they did with 15. That's what a lot of people was pissed off about.
Yeah, but check me out. That's what Humor is going through right now.
Right.
Focusing more on the future of Kingdom
Hearts. Whoa. We also got to think about this. There was a director change in 15. 15 got a new director, and the thing with Tabata is, Tabata's like action RPG. The games Tabata has done, you know, the action RPGs he's done, you know, Crisis Core and Type 0, play drastically different in comparison to, you know, Kingdom Hearts. And you know, Type 0 as a whole, if we're talking about the PSP one, it was pretty lit. That remaster was just bugs. That is the remaster that was actually bad. You can't remove multiplayer from a game that is made for the game was made for multiplayer.
It really was. And I was like, damn, Type 0 could so much good on the PS4 that they had that multiplayer.
Y'all remembers how disappointed I was. That man
you know how we both was, because we was like, oh, let's play the online, and I was just like, the game is like, basically boring.
Shattuck was like, bet, I'm ready. Go to it. What the fuck is this, nigga?
No offense to any Type 0 fans. You see them sirens going on? Because that's how bad the game was. They needed some water or something. Cause
like I personally like Type 0, but that remaster is actual trash. That remaster is actual trash. Sorry, not sorry.
Man, I ain't gonna say shit. I fucking played 3B in that game. What happened in the past, stay in the past, man.
But regardless, so is that the end? Is that all we doing? Cause I mean,
man, I don't know. Honestly, all I gotta say is this: if Kingdom Hearts, you know, take its own path, like 15, but in its own way,
it's garbage.
Well, I would say that.
It's garbage.
But I don't think it's gonna be like a Tabata situation. Tabata, like I said,
but here's
Tabata
another thing.
What's his face is drastically different.
Right, but here's another issue with that. Tetsuya is also working on the 7 remake.
But it's not the same team though.
Yeah, but I understand that. But it's like he flip-flopping.
On top of that, 7 you already have all the source material.
Okay,
all they're doing is making a fucking remake.
He said he remaking it. Like,
yeah, he's remaking it, but he doesn't have to do a bunch to the story.
Well, I'm telling you, he finna remake it like American Dragon Season 1 to Season 2 remake.
I know, we see Yaya, but I'm saying like it's not as like drastic as like, say for instance, making a new game or a sequel from the ground up, because he has all the concept and stuff.
He has the power
from previous, games in the 7 franchise or just worlds and stuff. All he has to do is just look at it, be like, "Oh, let me just take out." He poops out his pen, and then he just starts doing stuff. He just starts drawing. Then you know what he does? He slaps it against the computer. Bam! You got a game. That's what he did with Kingdom Hearts. Basically, he added a bunch of before he did that, he had a bunch of zippers to Donald Hat. That's what he did. He added zippers to Donald's hat, and then he slapped it on the
He added zippers to Donald's hat. I'm fucking done, bro.
That's not wrong with zippers, bro.
Why you hate my nigga Donald, bro?
Cause he don't heal nobody.
We're not gonna go through this right now, cause I absolutely hate Donald B. Like since I played 2.5, I'm done. But regardless,
Will somebody come quick?
I need my Valor mode. Forget y'all. Anyway.
Also, is Valor over?
Valor over Wisdom, boy.
I mean, I can't.
What boss you beat with Wisdom mode? I think the only time I've seen people ever beat,
that fucking hardness in the.
No, yeah, that was the only time you used it, cause you knew you didn't want to get close and get faded. That was the only time.
No, because you had to use for that fucking boss.
Oh yeah, you right.
Like you literally had to, and not to mention all the fucking humans that was in there.
Boy, but you know Wisdom form don't do any damage.
Right.
I mean, that shit comes through with magic enhancers. That's it.
Man, we not.
And then the magic on in 2 seconds.
Anyway, that's the end of the discussion.
Man, nigga, you ain't finna stop a podcast like this, ho.
What you mean? What we talking about? What we talking about that for? Look, Wisdom forms some hot trash. Don't bring that back in Kingdom Hearts. Cut that from Kingdom Hearts 3, my nigga. Like, take that out.
I already cut it.
I'm mad. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Comment, subscribe, hit the bell button. Y'all need to know when we get updates. Shout out to my boy Shattuck Stick. Time to Oblivion 96. And I forgot what else I was gonna say. Creole Abdullah.